Okay, so I have an interview in like I think 2 hours. So I want to try to look my best, you know. So I'm gonna do my makeup. I haven't done my makeup in like a week and a half, and that's a lot for me. But I also feel like it's just so hot. It's like stupid. Why would I do my makeup? Sunscreen. I haven't worn sunscreen either, and that's really bad. I actually need more. Okay, so I guess I need to talk about something. So I'm gonna talk about my most I don't know how to say it. Like I want to talk about my last job, not my last job, but like the job before that. That job was like crazy. It was like a mess. It was a mess. And it's why I like never wanna get too close to like coworkers anymore. Like I'm not gonna lie, most of what happened, okay, it was kind of fun, but it was like also not good. But it doesn't make me feel that bad because it wasn't really my fault. It was like people around me. Okay, so when I first started, obviously I was like nervous. Like my first time working at a restaurant, you know. But there was a guy who was training me, and he was really nice to me. He was really nice. He made me feel like comfortable there. You know? So first few weeks I was being like first 2 or 3 weeks I was being like kind of like guided, like you're supposed to do this. People were like near the register with me, like showing me. So it just got easier for me, which was cool. But this guy who was training me, like he started getting like a little bit too close to me. Like I told him in the beginning, I was like, yeah, I'm single, because obviously he asked me, you know, I'm single, but I'm not looking for anything, because honestly I just didn't find him attractive. And I was like, I was taking like 4 classes at the time, and then working, and then like honestly I didn't have time for anything, like honestly. But let's be honest, like you could tell that I didn't like him because I made excuses. Like if I really liked him, I would have been like, no, we can work it out. I didn't like him. That's sad. It's not good to like do that. But I was like, part of me was like, okay, I'll just give him a chance. But here's the thing, I gave him a chance. Okay, let's first go back to how it started. So the first day he asked me for my number, and that was just already like a red flag. Like, how are you asking for my number the first day? And I was like, no. And then he was like a week or two later, he was like, oh, we should hang out, whatever, you know. And for me, hanging out is hanging out. It's not a date. It's not a date. Especially when I told you that I'm not like interested, pretty much. So I was like, okay, let's hang out. And I remember I saw him we were gonna hang out. I saw him and he got me flowers. And I was like, I was literally speechless. I was like shocked. I was like, I didn't say anything. And he was just like there. And I was like, I didn't even say thank you because I was just like in my mind, I was like, why would you give me flowers? This is not a date. Just pretty confusing, you know? When I told you. But I guess it just got to the point where like I would see him all the time. Like we got along so well. I was like, okay, whatever, like maybe he can like like conquistarme, maybe. Like I don't know. I was like, well, there's no other guy that I'm talking to. Might as well just stick to this one. That sounds really bad, but like it's the truth. So he was like my only option. And I wasn't into him. Like it was just like we got along and that's it. Like I wasn't physically attracted to him. And I would still tell him, I was like, I don't have time to be dating. Which is funny because I said like I don't have time, but I'm like hanging out with him. But it's like completely different when you're dating someone, when you're like, oh, I'm looking for a relationship. I wasn't looking for a relationship with him. It was like, see where it goes, but it was going nowhere because I was still not attracted to him. But then I was like, okay, let me just kiss him. We should just kiss and see how it goes. But like, his kisses were gross. So at that point, I was like, what am I doing, you know? And what was even weirder was that he was like, he had a picture of me, I think it was me and him, on his wallpaper. I didn't say anything because it's like, I understand like I look beautiful, you know, but like who wouldn't want me? But I was kind of like weirded out. Like, don't you do that when you're in a relationship? We're not in a relationship. Like, okay, maybe we weren't even friends. We were just co-workers. Okay, I turned on the light because I can't see. But yeah, we weren't even friends. We were just co-workers. I went into that job, and any other job, I go in saying like, co-workers aren't my friends. Like, that's it. Like, they'll never be my friend. Just like acquaintances, like co-workers, you know? Even if we hang out, you're still not my friend. Like, the only thing that attracted me about him was like his personality. But then it got to the point when, okay, look, we went out one night, me and all my coworkers. One of my coworkers who's a guy, invited some of his friends, and one of his friends asked me for my number when we were like out. And I was like, okay, whatever, you know, like, he was like, I was like, okay, I'll give him my number. And it turns out, okay, that person, the coworker, you know what, we're gonna call him Bird. The coworker who like had my picture on his wallpaper and gave me flowers. Okay, we're gonna call him Bird. So Bird was like there, and they didn't want to invite him. Okay, wait, I forgot to mention something. Okay, that night we went out to a club, and Bird, literally, he was just there, like, just watching. I don't know, he was like you go to a club and you don't just stand and watch or like leave. Like, he literally left somewhere his excuse was like, oh, someone spilled a drink on me or whatever. And we were all just like, okay, like move on. Like, okay, someone spilled a drink on you. I don't know, that doesn't mean you can't still have fun. Like, I don't know. He made it seem like he was just there watching, like, what I was doing. It was so freaking weird. Because literally he wasn't doing anything. Just literally at the club staring, I guess. It was so freaking weird. And then my coworker, the one whose friend I was like, was hitting on me or whatever, the next day he was like, oh, I'm sorry, like about his friend like trying to hit on me or like asking for my number. I'm sorry. I was like, sorry about what? Like, me and Bird are nothing. That's your friend. Your friend can ask me for my number if he wants to, you know, like, no, just like. But yeah, he was weird. Like, he was just at the club. He wasn't even dancing. He was literally just watching me from afar. No wonder people think he's weird, and no wonder people didn't want to invite him. Like, I understood by then. I was like, oh my gosh, why? And then after we were done, like, we got out of the club, he was mad at me because he was like, oh, I saw that you gave him his number. And I was like, okay, why is that an issue for you? Like, you and I are nothing. Like, you have never asked me or told me I want you. So why are you surprised? Why? Like, I told you, like, I don't have time for a relationship. Like, I didn't understand. Like, I didn't understand. Like, okay, I just wanted to be a hoe. Okay, I just want to kiss him. Okay, I kissed him. That doesn't make me a hoe, but I wanted to see how it was, you know? But just because I kiss you doesn't mean I want something serious with you, especially you, since you suck at kissing. They didn't want to invite him. Like, I was like wondering why. Like, why wouldn't you want to invite him? Like, he's nice, whatever. But then I realized why they didn't want to invite him after a while. Because he's freaking annoying. He hits on everyone. Like, every new girl. So I wasn't the first one. It was just like, he would do it with every girl. Even I remember my last 2 weeks being at that job, there was a new girl. And she already had a boyfriend. And she told me, she was like, oh my gosh, he asked me for my number. And I was like, I'm not surprised. So yeah, he's just like really desperate. Like, desperate. That's why people didn't like him. So I just felt dumb. I was like, ew, I kissed that? But at the same time, I didn't really like it. Okay, so back to the story where we went out, like all of us coworkers, and my coworker's friend asked me for my number. Bird was there. Bird was there, and he saw that, and he got mad. And okay, I guess like in his mind we were going out dating. He wanted something serious with me, but first of all, I didn't even see that he wanted something serious. He could have just, it's already been 2 months. Speak up. And even if you did, I would have said no, but still, we're not dating, we're just hanging out. Like, stop. And then I was like, at one point I was like, okay, like, I'll just get this guy's number. And we were just like, you know, talking, whatever. And fast forward like 2 weeks later, I was dating that guy, the one that my coworker's friend. And I know my coworker, he's pretty close to the Bird too. And I know he probably says stuff to him like, oh, Rachel is going out with my friend, whatever. Like, I'm not stupid, you know? And then, like, a week or two before I was gonna quit, I heard that my coworker, the one whose friend I was dating or just freaking hanging out with, he hung out with Bird. He hung out with Bird, and Bird was telling him how, like, oh, Rachel, she was like, I guess he was pretty much saying that I used him, or like he felt used, or like, oh, Rachel, I did everything for her. That's what he said. I did everything for Rachel. What did you do? Why are you acting like we were in a relationship? He didn't do anything for me. You think taking me out to eat a few times is doing a lot for me? That says a lot about you. You're like what? You're acting like you like paid my bills or something. Like if we were married or something. Like, I was so confused. Like, okay, you probably like liked me, fell for me, whatever, but it's like, no, we were never together, so stop. Stop embarrassing yourself. Do my eyebrows look similar? I don't think so, but yeah. He was weird. I mean, he was weird, but it was also my fault. Like, I was like, why was I even still talking to him if I wasn't really that attracted to him, you know? So, yeah. I'm probably missing a few stuff because it's just so many things that he did that were weird. But I remember when I quit, he was like, oh, I want to see you one last time. Like, because I was going to go get my check, and he was like, oh, I want to see you one last time. And at that point, I blocked everyone's number. Not because I was being mean, but it's just like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Why should I still have people's number, you know? So I blocked his number, but somehow, like, he was still able to call me. So I don't know how that worked. I don't know what happened. But yeah, he was still able to call me. And no, wait, he texted me. Oh, yeah, and then he texted me, like, okay, he called me, like, the day before I was gonna get my check. He was like, oh, when you're gonna come, I want to see you, whatever. He's like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go around this time. I didn't go around that time because I didn't want to see him. And he was like, okay, I'll see you then. And I remember when I was leaving, I got my check and I was leaving. And he was like, he called me, he was like, hello? And I was like, who's this? And he was like, oh, it's Bird. Where are you? I want to see you for the last time, whatever. And I was like, oh, I left. I was like, I left. Like, I just got my check and left. And he was like, oh, okay. Like, I could hear the disappointment in his voice. But I was like, at that point, I was like, ew, stay away from me. You know? And then after that, I received a text from him. I don't know what number it was, because since I blocked his number, I'm not supposed to receive anything from him anymore. And I was like, who's this? And he was like, wow, you deleted my number? It's me, Bird. And then I was like, oh my gosh. I just erased it and blocked it. And then, what else happened? Yeah, that's it. And so that's why you shouldn't really, like, give attention to men, like, if you're working at a job like this, in any job. Like, you don't want to do that. Like, I feel like it's like a bad luck. Like, be professional. Like, I wish I could have been professional and, like, would have said, no, we're not hanging out, you know? But I was bored, and I was like, okay, where do you want to take me? Like, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna buy me? I'm just kidding. Okay, so the way he kissed, let me talk about that, because that was just something so, like, that was the worst kiss, or kisses, the worst kiss that I've ever had. Like, he would literally just have his mouth open. Like that the whole time. Well, I was like, not like that, because that's not how you kiss. You don't just, you don't do that. You don't do that. Like, I was like so confused. I was concerned. Not just kidding. But that was obviously a turn off. So I have other stories from that same job. Oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna make, I have like 2 more stories from that job. And then I kind of want to talk about like customers, like the area that I worked with, like my experience working there. It was crazy. Oh yeah, and something else that I forgot to mention. He like lied about his age. Like he would tell people, "Oh, I'm 20 something," but he's actually like 1 year older too. Because obviously he didn't like his age. Like people did think he was younger, so they were like shocked. They were like, "Oh my gosh, you're older," and he was like, "Yeah, but that wasn't actually his age. He was older." Like, so he lied about that, and then he also lied about, oh, like there were people who have been working there for like 3 years, and they didn't know this. They didn't know that one of his family members, I'm not gonna say who, one of his family members works there too. I don't know what his problem is. He just lies and thinks like he gets away with stuff. I found out. I know the truth, okay? You can't. What was I gonna say? I don't even know what I was gonna say. You can't fool me, okay? I know everything. I know every single thing. He lied about his age. He lied about his family member who worked there, who he was embarrassed about, obviously. Because some people who have been working there for years didn't even know that. Like, how is that even possible? I don't know. No idea. Advice for people, especially women: don't date your coworkers. First of all, that wasn't even dating, or was it dating? I don't even care. Like my advice, if you're gonna be working anywhere, like anywhere, don't make friends. Your coworkers aren't your friends. Like, don't, just don't. Like, don't even give attention to them. They ask you out, be like, oh, I have plans. You know, I have plans. I should have said that. Like, even though, yeah, like I really enjoyed hanging out with them, it wasn't worth everything. And it's not just this, like what I just spoke about the bird. There was even more that happened, like crazy drama stuff. Like it just wasn't worth it. Like it literally made me like freaking, not depressed, but like I was like sad because of everything that was happening. It was messing with my, I guess, my everyday life or something. Like when there's a lot of drama at work, that's like, it like messes with you, especially when people are talking about you or like making up lies about you. That's what I'm talking about, and that's gonna be another story time. This little boy, he's always screaming. But yeah, I need to get like better lighting or something, because like this side is like faded because of the sun. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how this interview goes. Hopefully I get a job today. I don't know.